Okay, so I'll be right there. Another interesting case that's been solved. That's just crazy. I don't even. I have to. I had it on my other computer. Now I hope I can just have it. Flip it over here. So just. But I just have to put. What do I want to do in here? Okay. Vadie sides was found, in case you don't know that. She was found. Good news for a change. Why is it so slow? Hi, Kathy. Hi, Rodene. What's going on tonight? Is it the end of the world or something? What the heck is going on? Where is there? Is there something like major? You know, Jimmy's got the news on, so I know it can't be that crazy. What's up tonight? That's really odd. Hey, Lori, how are you? Yeah, she was found. Let me see if there's any different news on it. It's kind of ominous, like what the freak happened, because it's really weird. She was with her mother, with the dog, but why? They're saying, well, why wouldn't her mother have said she's safe? And they're like, and that's all the information we can give at this time. I don't know. Something doesn't add up. See, and you know what? There's so much conflicting information because now this one says a 4-year-old Alabama girl survived more than 48 hours alone in the woods with only her dog. She was found alive by volunteers. This is totally different than. Let me see what news source this is. This totally contradicts what they said earlier. 4-year-old Alabama girl survived more than 48 hours alone in the woods with only her dog to keep her company and watch over her. Evelyn Vadie Sides was found alive late Friday afternoon by volunteer searchers after her disappearance about 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday. She was walking, talking, smiling, and taken by ambulance to be medically checked out. I'm so happy and grateful to God for watching over my beautiful granddaughter and bringing her safely back to us, said Vadie's grandmother, Harriet Sides. I'm on my way there right now. Lee County Sheriff's officials were elated that she was found. The dog was with her, protecting her the whole time, said Lee County Sheriff's Office Andrew Peacock. The dog, however, ran away again amid all the excitement. They expect the dog will return home. Vadie was last seen in the 5,000 block of Lee County Road 66 in Locachopa, a town about a half a mile west of Auburn. Authorities said she was under the supervision of a caretaker who was in her 70s and walking her dog when she and the dog essentially just disappeared. The caretaker also watches Vadie's infant sister. Hundreds of law enforcement officers from multiple agencies were on the scene Wednesday night searching for the little girl. Okay, this is so weird. Okay, because when they first found her, they said she was with the mother, no further information. Now, what did they mean? She was with the mother at the hospital? On Friday, let's see, volunteers, all able-bodied persons. Within hours of allowing the volunteers to join in, Vadie was found. She was within a mile of her home. So they allowed volunteers, and then she was found. Now, this is totally contradicts what they said earlier. I'm trying to even find. I wonder if it's this one. Yeah, that is so weird. Why would they say that she was with the mother? Oh my God. They've actually got pictures of finding her right here. Here. don't know why they would lie about that. Unless whoever wrote that article meant didn't write it correctly because it was so fast, and she's in the hospital with her mother. No information's known. So she was found with her mother. I put it word for word. I copied it onto the community post. That is the weirdest thing. I'm sorry, that is so weird. Now that's going to drive me nuts for the rest of this. Hold on, why can't I show the picture of Vadie found? And yeah, she wasn't found. I don't know. I'm going to actually, I want to go to my community post and put those words in a Google search to see what article that was, because that's crazy that someone posted that. And now the dog is lost. Unbelievable. I'm trying to get, come on. I don't understand why. Why would it say that? Search widens. I'm going to see, let me see. Hold on, because this is really bothering me now. Why would it say something like that? Oh, here. Here's the one I read. When I found it from Wave 3 News. It says, a 4-year-old girl who had been missing for 2 days was found safe Friday afternoon, Lee County Sheriff Jay Jones confirmed. Jones said Evelyn Vadie Sides and her dog had been located. No, now they changed this. Now they say parents and was reunited with Evelyn's parents. No other details were available. That's not what they had here before. Usually they put if there's a correction, and I don't even see that here. But they had to have made a mistake earlier. They had Jones and Evelyn and her dog had been located and were, where's, I have to go to my community. This is really going to make me nuts here. Sorry. Oh gosh, I can't believe that. How? Okay. Anyway, she survived in the woods there. That's crazy. And when they put the volunteers in, they found her. That's nuts. But a good ending. And it makes it not like, there's got to be some more to this. Where's the... Yes, that's what it said. I copied this word for word. I just copied those sentences. Jones said Evelyn Vadie Sides and her dog had been located and were with Evelyn's mother. No other details were immediately available. That is what the news article read. Oh my gosh. How could they make such a crazy mistake like that? At least I know, that was something told me. Because I usually don't copy that and paste it. Something told me to do that so I wouldn't think I was losing my mind. Because if I hadn't, I would have thought I was losing my mind. You've never seen the community post? You just go to my channel and hit community. I just can't believe that, but I'm so glad that I took that word for word from the article because I really would think I was losing my mind. Anyway, yeah, good news for a change. Wow, you guys took your sweet time getting in here. My voice is deep and slow. Oh my gosh, Jimmy, you messed up my mic again. They said my voice is all deep and slow. Yeah, hold on a minute. How is it now?
Turn it around.
Wait, no, I want them to know. Hold on.
Turn it around. It's in the front.
Jimmy, please. I sound weird. Okay. Do I wait? Please wait. Do I still sound weird?
I'm here.
Man, this is funny. Great. So I've been talking all that time. Is it okay now? It's better now? The mic's breaking up now? You've got to be kidding me, right? How is it now? What, Jimmy? It's all good now? You guys let me just sit there and talk like that for a long time like that? Oh, great. Well, now it is, Jimmy. Go rewind a little bit, they said. So I can't believe that. So, but anyway, that news messed up the report. They said that she was found with her mother. They made a mistake. Whoever transcribed that, not too good. But I'm so grateful that I copy and pasted that sentence or I would be driving myself insane. And I know probably you don't get it, but I would. Okay. Now I'm going to have to take off this whole live because you were screaming at me? Oh, boy. Okay. You tried to tell me? Oh, boy. All right, so hi, Nana Margie. How are you? Hey, Mystery Truth Seeker. So you guys took your sweet time getting in here. So we already moved on to, nobody was here. Jerry, Heidi, R. Huff. Where's M. Hank? Margarita Bill, Kathy, Texas, Joe Hoff. Joe Hoff says normal. Camila, hello there. Nana T. We got a lot of Nanas in here. Nana T and Nana Margie. Tracy Thomas, Margarita Bill, Ethel Goddess, Avinette, Ivy Lynn, Whisper to Me. Oh, UB. I don't know what I can't. UB, I don't know what your next name is there, so we'll just call you UB. I think you're trying to say something, but you need a Y in there or something like that. Sue W. Jeanette, Spoiled. Karen, I got you before. Pat Miller, the Bryan Clan, Two Scooter, Danielle. Okay. Now, did you catch up with the Crystal Kenny and Paige? What did we have? Which ones did I do today? Did I do Paige Johnson today? Who, her body was found almost 10 years after she disappeared she was from Kentucky, but she was found in Ohio. Did you guys look at that cold case? And Jacob Bumpus, her boyfriend. Well, he wasn't her boyfriend. He was a friend. You usually get a notification. It might be because I'm uploading videos during the day, and then Did you see about Crystal Kenny? She might be released after just 60 days to a halfway house. She was sentenced to 3 years. 2 months is good. 3 years, 2 months, okay. I hope they're not doing that because of the ickies or something, you know, like doing crap like that, because that's not justice. Well, there's another cold case that's like really crazy. That somebody was arrested after, let me see how many years. I have it all on my, I work on my other computer during the day, my laptop, and I have everything there, and I hope that I can just, I didn't transfer it here. Oh, crap. Like I did last night. I think I can pull it. Hold on. I was actually making a video, but then I went for a walk, and see what all of this stuff now that I'm seeing. Jail inmate charged in brutal stabbing death of his girlfriend released over fears of Icky's infection. Why? A Manhattan judge on Thursday released 16 inmates, including a career criminal who stalked his girlfriend and stabbed her to death at a cell phone repair shop, over fears that they could contract the novel Icky virus sweeping the country. Is this a joke? They're being released out of fear that what about everybody else that's in fear of contracting this? This is insane. This is like a recipe for disaster. What the freak is going on? Prosecutors objected to releasing Pedro Vincent Barcia, 63 years old, who was jailed for the June 29th, 2018 stabbing death of Bernice Rosado in Harlem. The attack was captured by surveillance cameras and seen by multiple witnesses, according to court documents. Vincent Barcia has also been arrested in 1993 for stabbing a girlfriend in Florida and biting off a portion of her ear. I think he can be rehabilitated successfully, though. But State Supreme Court Justice Mark Dwyer sided with the legal aid attorney, Corey Stoughton, who argued that Vincent Barcia's cardiovascular disease, pulmonary disease, and type 2 diabetes put him at a high risk at contracting the Icky virus, and the doctors said it causes COVID. The Legal Aid Society has been arguing for the release of elderly and sick inmates, so I guess the Golden State Killer should get out too, right? Probably. And maybe BTK? Yeah. Who else? Well, Charles Manson died, or we probably should let him out too. And we should just forget about trying, what's his name? Robert Durst. Let him out, because he's elderly and sick, isn't he? Who else? Harvey's got to go. He's got it. What? This is... They said the Department of Corrections says Friday 103 inmates have tested positive for the Ickies, up from 75 from Wednesday. So they've probably already been exposed to it, but we're going to let them out. Mayor Bill de Blasio said the city planned to release 375 inmates this week. And DA Cyrus Vance's office said that 244 had been released on Wednesday. This is insanity. We are in the midst of unprecedented health crisis. We're going to be in the midst of an unprecedented crime crisis. This is insane. Vance said in a memo to his staff, "I believe we should use our discretion to recommend release of certain individuals from Rikers who do not present a clear threat to public society." So, and safety. I guess they're saying like, well, He only stabbed his girlfriends. He didn't stab anybody else. He didn't just go after random people. And now, look, he's got cardiovascular disease. He's got pulmonary disease. He has type 2 diabetes. And he's so scared of catching this, he's not going to go within 6 feet of anyone else. Let's let him loose. So where is he going to go when they let him loose? This is insane. Anybody else finds this insane, or I'm the only one? There should be a solitary medical section. What happened to CC World? Just Scooter arrived. You just arrived from Europe yesterday? Oh wow, CC. Hi, Robert. The girl who stabbed her boyfriend? No. This was a guy that, I'm going to tell you, no. Not a girl that stabbed her boyfriend. No. The cold case? No. But this is something about letting violent... But why they are to keep... Why can't they isolate them? I don't know. It just sounds insane. And already ones that they released have already committed major crimes. Leslie S., Massachusetts Scratcher. Thanks for subscribing. You're in quarantine now? Okay. This is just crazy. Could already have it and releasing them to the public, and the rest are escaping, right? I don't... It's so scary. What the freak are they doing? I mean, and it's not that, I thought they were going to say, like, this guy committed that crime, like, in 1963 or something. It was 2018. He stabbed his girlfriend to death. Do you realize he didn't even serve 2 years for murder? How is that justice? What about her family? Oh, where's your daughter's killer? Your sister's killer? Your aunt's killer? Oh, he's on the street because they were worried about his, he had underlying health conditions. And they were worried about him getting the virus. So they let him go. And he stabbed someone else prior to that. Oh, really, Sharon? Yeah. That's just insane. I can't... Did you hear that, Jimmy?
What?
They released like 375 inmates out of Rikers Island.
I know there be some.
Yeah, 375 on Wednesday, and they're releasing this one guy. Listen to this one. He stalked and killed his girlfriend, stabbed her to death at a mobile cell store, and stabbed her to death, killed her. 2018 he did it. Before that, he stabbed his other girlfriend in Florida. Now, because he has type 2 diabetes, he has a pulmonary condition and cardiovascular disease, they're letting him go. He hasn't even...
Maybe he's ready to die. Who knows, honey? I don't want to...
But how would you feel? He hasn't even served 2 years for murder.
Okay, well, I don't know. Maybe he's almost ready to die. But still, I don't know, honey. I don't want to get into that stuff. That's just as bad as getting into politics.
Oh,
That's what it's about. That right there is just about politics. They're going to say the Democrats let him go.
No, to me, it's not that. To me, it's justice. That's crazy. So that's nuts. That's scary. Well, be careful out there because there's a heck of a lot of inmates running around. Hi, Karen DW. Now Jimmy's watching another noisy movie. Oh, I watched Ivy Lynn, you asked me about the abuse of the animals. I had not seen the last episode. You asked me on the Tiger King. We saw the last episode today. Remember you asked me, what do I think about the abuse of the animals? Well, the abuse of the animals really came into play on the last episode. So that's why you might think I was like, abuse of the animals. Yeah, I think it was horrible. Yes, of course, spoiled. Of course we do. Yeah, but there's nothing happening right now with Letitia. There's nothing happening. She doesn't go to court until April. And that's just going to be to show that they got all of the everything they had to get to the defense, that the prosecution gave them everything that they're supposed to. It's just a status. It's nothing that's going to be anything big, and it's not going to be open to the media. Yes, I remember, Mommy, and of course I knew it disturbed you. The whole thing's crazy. Yeah, but I didn't see that part until today. I think we have to wait till we get more information, till that arrest affidavit is unsealed and we have more information. Okay, now let me get to the other, where's my other thing that I wanted? See, every time I get sidetracked, that's what ADD is.
Yeah, that's super good.
Excuse me. Where is my thing? See, now I'm going to have to go on my laptop maybe and get my stuff. No, because I have something in there for tonight, and if I can't get it over here, hold on. No, don't. Let me just see.
Remote control was locked up. The glue was in it. Something spilled. But I haven't used it in like years, I don't think.
I don't know.
She ready going for the TV.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay. Haka, that's what's talking about.
Oh, Jimmy. Jimmy doesn't understand that you guys can hear that. He's like, how can you hear that? Can you tell him that you can hear that? He doesn't believe me that you can hear the music. Can you hear that? I mean, I know you don't hear. I know I'm on mute, but I had to go on mute because Jimmy was watching a movie that was playing a song so loud, and I don't want to get any strikes on my channel. Now, can you tell him? See, Apple Snapple said yes. Wildlife said yes, they can hear it. R Huff can hear the music. See, he doesn't believe me unless you guys say it.
How did he hear right now? I can't even hear it. Right now.
He's arguing with me. He goes, then we can't do it. Then we can't do anything. I just keep wondering what he's watching. Well, now they're watching Guardians of the Galaxy.
When I say that, you're gonna get big sounds, get strike for that.
Yeah. Not now. Well, not now because... No, we're not, Jimmy. You can't hear it now. No, it's not, Jimmy. It's music. He's just being a wise.
No, they can't hear this.
Not now they can't hear it, but they could hear it before, Jimmy. That's why I had to go on mute. I can hear that too, Jimmy. Good. I can hear it. Okay. Only that's got some... Which does, Danette? No, it doesn't. We didn't let it play. He is messing with us. Now they have it on loud again. Okay, I found what I'm going to do. So hold on, but I just don't have... Oh my gosh, I have to put missing. No, maybe I don't. I just have my screen is too small. Hold on. But I have to, and I know I forgot to change my contact lens. You know why I can't see? This eye is completely blurry. This eye is not. So this one eye is compensating for this eye because I have to change this contact lens. I noticed that on my walk today and I didn't do it. That's why. That's crazy that I can't. But this is about Stacy DeGrandchamp. And she was stabbed to death back in 2002. And there was an arrest just made. So that's, you know, well, the one cold case, they found her body, but there wasn't an arrest yet, but probably soon. And let me just see where, because I had, okay, so yes, okay, I've got everything I need now. Let me just get a picture up for you guys. Come on. I have too many tabs open. I have so many tabs open that the tabs that I open on the end are not showing. Do you know when you do that? And then you've got to... So, oh, here we go again. We got more music. Sorry, guys. Okay, sorry, there was playing another song. There's a lot of music in here. Okay, Jimmy says don't make him turn it down so low. Please don't do this. He says, Jimmy, everybody's listening to you pleading about the music. Jimmy's being Jimmy. That's enough now. You'll just have to watch it somewhere else. If you want to put the music very loud. Okay. This is, let me see if that'll work. Okay, so now I still don't have the, hold on, I've got to still get rid of one window here. Okay. So a 33-year-old Wisconsin woman has been arrested in connection for the murder of her best friend in Indiana that took place, oh, now they're going to do the pig, that took place approximately 18 years ago. On Wednesday, Fort Wayne police arrested Holly, I think this is Bosford, 33, in connection with the 2002 murder of 17-year-old Stacy DeGrandchamp. Holly is accused of stabbing her best friend during a fight in the backyard of a Fort Wayne, Indiana home on August 15, 2002. Now, Holly was 16 years old at the time, according to the probable cause affidavit. On the night of the alleged murder, Fort Wayne police arrived at the home to find DeGrandchamp lying in the driveway, suffering from stab wounds. Authorities learned that DeGrandchamp had been in a fight with another girl, and they were able to interview eyewitnesses who said that they tried to break up the fatal fight. One witness told police that before the fight, Holly, and I want to use her, Holly and Stacy, let's see here, can't even see where I was anymore. One witness told police that before the fight, Holly and Stacy were going to take a, Holly, said Stacy was, I should probably change my contact lens. Holly said Stacy was going to take an expletive whipping tonight, court documents stated. And another said they pulled DeGrandchamp out of the fight before she took a few steps and fell to the ground. Her shirt was covered in blood that was not there before, the witness said. She had been fatally stabbed twice, according to police. One witness told police that Holly washed her hands after the fight and put the knife on or near a parked car in front of the home. However, despite multiple witnesses and Holly admitting to police in September of 2002 that she had fought with her friend, police did not arrest the then high schooler. During her interview after the fight, Holly told investigators she did not have a knife and that her friend probably landed on something when she got knocked into a recycling bin, according to the court documents. DeGrandchamp's case went cold for 18 years until Fort Wayne police reopened it by reviewing evidence and conducting forensic tests and interviews with eyewitnesses. In 2019, Holly turned over a knife to police that matched the one she used to kill, that was used to kill DeGrandchamp. Months later, in December of 2019, the 33-year-old allegedly told the Fort Wayne police, "I think I killed my best friend, and that's why you're here." On Tuesday, a warrant was issued for Holly's arrest. She was arrested by authorities in Wisconsin, where she has lived since 2011, and she awaits extradition to Indiana. She has not yet been charged, and it's unclear whether she has an attorney. I can't believe it took that long to arrest her. And let's see here. Let me just get you... picture of the girl she murdered. Did you hear of this case? Do you remember this case when it happened? Did you live anywhere near this, where this case happened in Indiana? What about you two, Scooter? You live in Indiana, don't you? Do you remember this? that is Stacy DeGrandchamp. So, yeah. Where's the chat? You don't remember it too, Scooter? Nobody remembers it? Anyone here? No, not that she fell on the knife, Danette. That she got stabbed when she fell into a recycling bin, which I would take it to mean that if there was glass jars or something, that she stabbed herself on something in the recycling bin. Hi, Michaela. I hope Sarah's okay. I haven't seen her. And our other Sarah, no, Steph A, I haven't seen her in a while. I've seen Anna Nelson still, Julie T. What was it over? They don't say what it was over. Just that Holly had said that she was going to get an expletive whipping that night, which I guess means a knife fight. It's a cold case. It's a cold case is what I said. 2002, Gigi. It happened in 2002. In August. This is Stacy DeGrandchamp. And she was murdered, stabbed to death, in August of 2002. By her so-called friend, Holly, who was arrested on Wednesday. Okay. That's Holly. So that was that case. You heard of that case? Oh, see, Gigi heard of that case. But they might have to let her, they might not. You know, I don't know. What at the point are they going to get to not even issuing arrest warrants and stuff because of the ickies and stuff? You know? What were you guys doing tonight? Hey, Peggy Sue got married. So Holly's been waiting for the police to come and get her for 18 years. Correct, Nana? Yeah. You saw an article about that and how it's been dealt with? If I find it, I'll post it tomorrow. And how it's been dealt with. And you all heard about Crystal Kenny, right? And you heard about Paige Johnson. You're doing some online grocery shopping? I used on those trash types. You used on of those trash types. So I understood it when I heard about it. You used on of those trash types. Okay. You're going nuts? At doctor today? You have it, Purple? You have it, Purple? I took a nice walk around the lake. Did Purple say they have it? Yes? Gigi's saying yes to everything. I don't know what Gigi's saying yes to. I'm waiting for Purple to say what's going on. No, you went to the doctor because your anxiety is so high? Did you listen to that, to the grief article yesterday or the day before? Did you manage to listen to that? I think I have to put that in its own video, but it's very good. Did you listen to it? Did you hear it, Purple? Having to stay home. What do you mean having to stay home? You're having anxiety because you have to stay home? Did you listen to the article, Purple? You didn't hear it? It'll probably help you if you listen to it. I'm probably going to put it in its own video because it gets lost in the live, but a lot of people wrote to me that it helped them. It's going to be in the high 80s next week in Arizona. Hi, Darby Deb. You was out today. Nice, getting cabin fever. Yeah, you should listen to it. It talks about this is like grief to us because you missed it too? You missed it too. Maybe I'll read it for you guys. Hold on a minute. Because I think a lot of people could benefit from it, from the emails that I got. All right. Sorry Shares sent it to me. And I think it's a very good article. Okay, let's see if I can get the picture this time. Come on. Okay. It says that discomfort you're feeling is grief. Some of the Harvard Business Review editing staff met virtually the other day. It was a screen full of faces and a scene becoming more common everywhere. We talked about the content we're commissioning in this harrowing time of a pandemic and how we can help people. But we also talked about how we were feeling. One colleague mentioned that what she felt was grief. Heads nodded in all the pains. If we can name it, perhaps we can manage it. We turned to David Kessler for ideas on how to do that. Kessler is the world's foremost expert on grief. He co-wrote with Elizabeth Kubler-Ross on Grief and Grieving, Finding the Meaning of Grief Through the 5 Stages of Loss. His new book adds another stage to the process, Finding Meaning, the 6th stage of grief. Kessler also has worked for a decade in a 3-hospital system in Los Angeles. He served on their biohazards team. His volunteer work includes being an LAPD Specialist Reserve for traumatic events, as well as having served on the Red Cross's Disaster Services team. He is the founder of Grief.com, which has over 5 million visits yearly from 167 countries. Kessler shared his thoughts on why it's important to acknowledge the grief you may be feeling, how to manage it, and how he believes we will find meaning in it. Okay, so someone from the Harvard Business Review said, people are feeling any number of things right now. They're asking questions to Kessler, okay? Is it right to call some of what they're feeling grief? Kessler says yes. And we're feeling a number of different griefs. We feel the world has changed, and it has. We know this is temporary, but it doesn't feel that way. And we realize things will be different. Just as going to the airport is forever different from how it was before 9/11, things will change, and this is the point at which they've changed. The loss of normalcy, the fear of economic toll, the loss of connection, this is hitting us, and we're grieving, collectively. We're not used to this kind of collective grief in the air. And then they asked, you said we're feeling more than one kind of grief? Yes. We're also feeling anticipatory grief. Anticipatory grief is that feeling we get about what the future holds when we're uncertain. Usually it centers on death. We feel it when someone gets a dire diagnosis, or when we have the normal thought that we'll lose a parent someday. Anticipatory grief is also more broadly imagined futures. There is a storm coming. There's something bad out there. With a virus, this kind of grief is so confusing for people. Our primitive mind knows something bad is happening, but you can't see it. This breaks our sense of safety. We're feeling that loss of safety. I don't think we're collectively lost our sense of general safety like this. Individually or as smaller groups, people have felt this, but altogether, this is new. We are grieving on a micro and a macro level. What can individuals do to manage all this grief? Understanding the stages of grief is a start. But whenever I talk about the stages of grief, I have to remind people that the stages aren't linear, and they may not happen in this order. It's not a map, but it provides some scaffolding for this unknown world. There's denial, which we say a lot of early on, this virus won't affect us. There's anger. You're making me stay home and you're taking me away from my activities. There's bargaining. Okay, if I social distance for 2 weeks, everything will be better, right? There's sadness. I don't know when this will end. And finally, there's acceptance. This is happening. I have to figure out how to proceed. Acceptance, as you imagine, is where the power lies. We find control in acceptance. I can wash my hands. I can keep a safe distance. I can learn how to work virtually. When we're feeling grief, there's that physical pain and the racing mind. Are there techniques to deal with that to make it less intense? Kessler says, let's go back to anticipatory grief. Unhealthy anticipatory grief is really anxiety. And that's the feeling you're talking about. Our mind begins to show us images. My parents getting sick. We see the worst scenarios. That's our minds being protective. Our goal is not to ignore those images or to try to make them go away. Your mind won't let you do that, and it can be painful to try and force it. The goal is to find balance in the things you're thinking. If you feel the worst image taking shape, make yourself think of the best image. We all get a little sick and the world continues. Not everyone I love dies. Maybe no one does because we're all taking the right steps. Neither scenario should be ignored, but neither should dominate either. Anticipatory grief is the mind going to the future and imagining the worst. To calm yourself, you want to come into the present. This will be familiar advice to anyone who has meditated or practiced mindfulness, but people are always surprised at how prosaic this can be. You can name 5 things in the room. There's a computer, a chair, a picture of the dog, an old rug, and a coffee mug. It's that simple. Breathe. Realize that in the present moment, nothing you've anticipated has happened. In this moment, you're okay. You have food. You're not sick. Use your senses and think about what they feel. The desk is hard. The blanket is soft. I can feel the breath coming into my nose. This really will work to dampen some of that pain. You can also think about how to let go of what you cannot control. What your neighbor is doing is out of your control. What is in your control is staying 6 feet away from them and washing your hands, so focus on that. Finally, it's a good time to stock up on compassion. Everyone will have a different level of fear and grief, and it manifests in different ways. A coworker got very snippy with me the other day, and I thought, that's not like this person. That's how they're dealing with this. I'm seeing their fear and anxiety. So be patient. Think about who someone usually is and not who they seem to be in this moment. One particularly troubling aspect of this pandemic is the open-endedness of it. This is a temporary state. It helps to say it. I worked for 10 years in the hospital system, and I've been trained for situations like this. I've also studied the 1918 flu pandemic. The precautions we're taking are the right ones. History tells us that. This is survivable. We will survive. This is a time to overprotect, but not overreact. And I believe we will find meaning in it. I've been honored that Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's family has given me permission to add a 6th stage to grief, meaning I have talked to Elizabeth quite a bit about what came after acceptance. I did not want to stop at acceptance when I experienced some personal grief. I wanted meaning in those darkest hours, and I believe we find light in those times. Even now, people are realizing they can connect through technology. Things are not as remote as they thought. They are realizing they can use their phones for long conversations. They're appreciating walks. I believe we will continue to find meaning now and when this is over. What do you say to someone who's read all this and is still feeling overwhelmed with grief? Keep trying. There is something powerful about naming this as grief. It helps us feel what's inside of us. So many have told me in the past week, I'm telling my coworkers I'm having a hard time, or I cried last night. When you name it, you feel it, and it moves through you. Emotions need motion. It's important we acknowledge what we go through. One unfortunate byproduct of the self-help movement is we're the first generation to have feelings about our feelings. We tell ourselves things like, I feel sad, but I shouldn't feel that. Other people have it worse. We should, stop at the first feeling. I feel sad. Let me go for 5 minutes to feel sad. Your work is to feel your sadness and fear and anger, whether or not someone else is feeling something. Fighting it doesn't help because your body is producing the feeling. If we allow the feelings to happen, they'll happen in an orderly way and it empowers us. And then we're not victims. In an orderly way? Yes. Sometimes we try not to feel what we're feeling because we have this image of a gang of feelings. If I feel sad and I let this in, it'll never go away. The gang of bad feelings will overrun me. The truth is a feeling that moves through us. We feel it, and it goes, and then we go to the next feeling. There's no gang out to get us. It's absurd to think we shouldn't feel grief right now. Let yourself feel the grief and keep going. Okay. What's going on? What happened to Sharon? She must proofread. On the Obi? Good, Tracy. I'm glad it helped you. Overprotect, but don't overreact, right? Okay, so, oh yeah, it's a good article. Sari shared it and helped her a lot, and so she shared it with me, and then I read it, and it helped people the other night, and they sent me stuff about it. So figured Purple's having a hard time, and there's probably people in here that didn't hear it. So OB, new slang for scoochoo. Oh, thanks, Tina. 3 huge bags of Hershey's Kisses and brought them to her doctor's clinic as a thank you for all they're doing. Oh, your mom bought 3. Oh, that's nice. I'm a nurse, and that really explains some of what I've been going through. Oh, Lori, I'm glad it helped you. Thanks for going out and helping people, Lori. Scary time. Hi, I see you. You see me. How are you? True heroes who are helping corona patients in hospitals. Respect for them. It is not easy. Correct. Yeah. You came in late, but what I heard was beautiful and inspiring. Oh, Judy, yeah. Go back and listen. I read it the other night, and it helped. I got a lot of emails and comments. So, Purple Passion was feeling a lot of anxiety. So I decided to read it again because I know people miss stuff. Your husband is the one I worry about. Yep, wildlife, yep. Prayers, they stay safe. Once this is over. Oh, you're going to walk the 3,000 miles? You can't take the car? Now you guys aren't fighting anymore? Oh, Gigi, I'm sorry. That's hard, yeah. It's hard every year, even, you know, as the years go, it's hard. Sorry about that. Here in Australia, they are saying an arthritis drug may be tested. They have bruises where their masks sit on their face. Oh gosh. Oh, that's nice, Sandy. They pulled up. A lot of people are doing that, yeah. You did some diamond painting? That's good. You could do a Forrest Gump, and I'll go with you. He's 39. Happy birthday to your son. Hey, Kristen. So, let's see. Your daughter got you into it? Oh, your mom was crying. Yeah, that's nice. So, I watched the last episode of The Tiger King. And how many of you watched The Tiger King? I know Two Scooter watched it. Did any of you watch The Tiger King last night? Oh, T-Prang, are you comfort eating? You didn't watch it, Lisa? Yeah, I think it's definitely good. I mean, my boys told me about it, and then, yeah, we watched it. The Tiger King? Okay. Now, this is what my boys told me. They're like, this is exactly what they did. They said, it's about this guy. He has a big cat zoo in Oklahoma, and then there's this other lady in Florida, and, well, she just essentially ruins his life, and I can't tell you more than that because it'll ruin it for you. That's what they told me. Peggy K, you haven't seen it yet? But in that series, okay. Oh, you're covering your ears? La, 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 la. Is it good? It's good. Yeah, definitely worth it to watch. But in that, you can't watch the... No, it's not... Yeah, no, it's totally different than the Lion King. No, it's not. If you think like it's just going to be a lot of mean stuff to animals, that's not really what this is like. You should watch it. Don't let that get, because I thought the same thing, but don't let that get to you. That's not really what this is about. I think she got every snack she saw. Oh, yeah. Yeah, comfort foods. Kathy, I guess. It's not, no. It's not, no. It's not about that. That's not what it's about. It's really about, no, don't think it's about animal abuse and stuff like that. That's not what it's about. I watched it. In my opinion, they were all as bad as each other. Yeah, it's not what... Jimmy, would you say The Tiger King is like people are going, oh, I don't know if I could watch it. I don't watch things about animal abuse, but it's not about animal abuse. No.
It doesn't really show much.
Totally not about it. It's about other things.
It is. It's about...
It's not about animal abuse. It's about people.
It really is. It's pretty...
Yeah, Danielle, but it's...
educational in a way to see how... You know, I mean, I never knew people to be like that. You know, it's kind of not educational, but remarkable. You know, it was, definitely to get your attention, and you want to get to the next episode. So, watch it. It's the #1 show on Netflix right now.
It's not. Don't get pent up that it's going to be animal abuse.
Yeah,
it's
no,
not.
It's not. You don't even see anything like that. I mean,
Two Scooter, you watched it? Oh no! Wait a minute. It wasn't Two Scooter that watched it. It was Lisa D. Sorry, Two Scooter. It was Lisa D that that messaged me. Yeah, Renee, give it another go. Everyone is talking about it. Yeah, because within it, there is a real true crime case that this woman, Carol, could have killed her husband and fed him to the lions and the tigers. Yeah. And we are going to look at that case. That's one Jimmy wanted me to look at too. He was like, she killed him. I know she killed him. You're both watching it, Kristen? Oh, you did too tonight? My son knows me. Yep, my son's told me to watch it too. I didn't, like, when I first saw it up there, I was like, what is that? I didn't know what that was. I wasn't going to watch that. And then they're like, I didn't realize what it was. I thought it was like a comedy or something. I didn't know what it was. The guy with the mullet, that's Joe. Joe Exotic. No, but no, Judy, it's not about, believe me, it's more about the people involved. No bones, right? Because they have acidic, very acidic stomachs, and no bones. After you do yard work. You started it, Lori? Don't do what Jimmy and I did. We accidentally started on episode 4. We watched 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh, I don't know how we did that. We almost watched 7, but then we stopped. And then we realized we had to watch 1, 2, 3, and then we had to watch 7. They are weird people. And somebody in here, Ivy, did you find out about what we asked, what that other person was saying that was not true last night? It was not Travis that went with the front desk lady, right? It was John Finley. Oh no, Sarah, it's really good. Yes. Yeah, she was found in the woods. The first news report that I had was incorrectly written. They said that she was found with her mother. No. Then they said she was reunited with her parents, no further information known. Then they said she was found in the woods where she survived with her dog. They showed a picture. I have a picture. If you go all the way back to the beginning, you'll see a picture of them getting her in the woods. But guess what? Guess what? The dog ran away. And they hope the dog will return home. John, right. Well, somebody last night was like, no, no. And I'm like, yeah, yeah. Swearing up and down that it was Travis. Oh, Joe's not your type. Okay, the show looks intriguing. Yeah. And then I told Ivy to check on it, but I don't know that Ivy got back. I'll hear my husband laughing, go find, and he's always watching that Joe Exotic guy. Oh, they got the dog now? Good. Yeah, I know, Teresa, even if they messed up the first article. Okay, good. Good that he's safe. Oh, gosh, that was horrible, wasn't it, Joe? But I know that girl. I know that girl. I'm serious. I know that girl. Every time they would go to her, that's all I would say to Jimmy. I know her. I know her, if her twin, and I just can't think of who it is. They talk the same. They look the same. Exact same look. I know her. What did you fight over? Yeah, she wouldn't get her reconstructive surgery. She had just said to amputate the arm. Which one, Two Scooter? The girl without the part of her arm. Your hairdresser was cracking up about that show, posting pictures that he promised not to cut your hair like that during the current crisis using NF to market was too funny. Shane Peterson, thank you for subscribing. I know the woman, no, like, you know what I mean? When I know her from somewhere. But I know somewhere just like her. Over Joe. What? I don't know. Didn't you think it was weird, Carla, when she was laughing all the time? When she was like, oh, they found out I had a meat grinder. And like she's laughing all the time. I can't wait till I get my name cleared. And she was laughing all the time, that silly laugh. And then she married that other guy. Oh, I'm sure you did. They both had shows. Your husband messed up his hair yesterday trying to trim it himself for work. I told him, don't worry, you'll be seeing lots of funny haircuts. There was also a true crime podcast called Criminal about a tiger that was kept. Did you ever listen to that podcast? A tiger that was kept at a gas station down south. Do you know that story?
Really?
Yeah, really. Jimmy, you're serious?
I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
There was a criminal podcast about it. Some guy kept it at a gas station. It was like an attraction. And there was a big thing in the town. His name was Tony.
They can kill you so easy.
No, but it was all about, like, should that tiger be in that cage in the gas station?
No. Shouldn't be in it, that's for sure. That's abusive.
It was a tourist attraction, and there was a whole big thing about Tony.
Yeah, like a tiger belongs at a freaking gas station in a cage. Huh.
In the South.
What?
In the South.
Yeah, still.
Hi, Olivia. None of you heard that either? And you call you guys true crime people? No one here heard that one either? You really haven't? Oh my gosh. Where have you guys been? I heard that like 3 years ago. My daughter, we listened to that on the way to the Sheep and Wool Festival. Oh, Jimmy? Shoot. Oh, that means my phone is going to die. I don't know where my phone. Okay. I can't stand when my phone dies. All right, I'm just going to look for, let me see. It was a true crime thing. I don't know why it was on, I think it was on Criminal Podcast. Yeah. It was, let's see. Showdown at the Tiger truck stop. It was a truck stop. Yep. And it was about, you know, I can get, let me see, no, that's not the thing. He was a 550-pound Siberian Bengal tiger, a hybrid of two endangered species. He's 16 years old, which is pretty old for a tiger. And he lives in a 3,000 square foot cage There's a covered area and a small pool. The cage looks clean. It's sparse. Michael Sandlin owns Tony and the Tiger truck stop. He said Tony is well cared for. Tony has one-on-one attention, Sandlin said. He has the best food that money can buy, that most zoos and sanctuaries can't afford. He's got excellent veterinary care. He's loved. You know, if he was being abused, he wouldn't still be alive at 16 years of age. Sandlin says the cage is Tony's home, but Jeff Dorson of Louisiana's Humane Society disagrees, and he wants Tony moved to a preserve. I have a whole different perspective. Here's mine. Species love to be with their own species, said Dorson. Michael Sandlin isn't a Bengal tiger, so who is he kidding? It was once legal to privately own a tiger, but in 2006, it's in Louisiana, made it illegal to own tigers and wild quadrupeds. The state said it's a public safety issue and also threatens endangered species. They launched a huge battle over Tony the tiger. Originally, Michael Sandlin said was grandfathered in, being allowed to hang on to Tony, but the Animal Legal Defense Fund has sued the state, pointing out that Tony was actually property of Sandlin's corporation. So Michael Sandlin hired some lobbyists. He made a documentary, and he got a new state law passed so he could own Tony himself. But Tony is it. After that, no more tigers for Michael Sandlin or the Tiger truck stop, but the legal battle rages on. Carney Ann Nasser of the Animal League Defense Fund said she's having an exemption specifically for Michael Sandlin violates the Constitution. I think we can all think of a law that we'd like to exempt ourselves from, Nasser said. And it's just not fair that he got special treatment, and it's not constitutional either. And that's separate and on top of the fact that there's no reason to keep a tiger, an endangered species, in a gas station. So, yeah, it's on the Criminal podcast. Have you ever listened to the podcast Criminal? Well, that's Criminal Showdown at the Tiger truck stop. So maybe you should. And let's see, where's Tony? I think. Oh, he plans to pursue a tiger for Tony. Oh, wait a minute. It replaced Tony the tiger with a camel. What? Oh my gosh. This goes on and on. They got a camel, listen to this one, to replace Tony. I don't know what happened to Tony. I'll find out. Casper the camel was bitten in the testicles by a woman at the Tiger truck stop. Are you kidding me? Hold on, I'm trying to get it. That's the camel. Hold on a minute. We gotta find out what happened to Tony the tiger. Oh, a tiger dies. Hold on a minute. Oh dear, he was euthanized. Oh my goodness, he was euthanized a year after. Tony the tiger, housed for 17 years as a roadside attraction at the Tiger truck stop, has been euthanized due to health issues, according to a written statement from Ted Baldwin apparently on behalf of the owner, Michael Sandlin. Tony was put down Monday evening after his health declined due to kidney failure. A necropsy will be done by veterinarians to learn more about Tony's illness. Tony was 6 months of age when he came to live at the Tiger truck stop in January of 2001. The decision was made to end his suffering at the facility. The statement said, describing a sad day for his owner, Michael Sandlin, and the entire Tiger truck stop family. Sandlin cannot be reached for comment. Back in April, he denied that Tony was suffering and said the Tiger was seen regularly by a veterinarian and that he limped from arthritis and only had loose stools after getting anti-worm medicine. He is not sick. He's simply an old man with arthritis, Sandlin said. Tony was old for a tiger, which typically lives 14 to 18 years in captivity. Dr. David Baker, a veterinarian with LSU School of Veterinary Medicine, said at the time, like people with arthritis, Sandlin has said, Tony would wake up a bit stiff, loosened up during the day. He lived in a cage with a grassy area, a large water tank to swim in, and a hanging tire and other toys. We just want to make him as comfortable as we can. We don't want him in any pain, and that's what the medication is for, Sandlin said. The tale of the tiger was a long one, involving court cases in which animals' rights groups attempted to have him removed from the truck stop. Okay, so then I guess he wanted to get another tiger, and that wasn't going to work, so they got a camel. Okay, they got Casper the camel. So the Tiger truck stop owner has 2 new animals to replace the 17-year-old tiger that died in October as a result of kidney failure. Michael Sandlin said state law prohibits him from getting another tiger, so he now has a camel and a coati, which is a type of raccoon. That sounds cute. I've never heard one of those. They are both just as sweet as can be and love children and are really good around people. Sandlin said he still hopes to have another tiger at the truck stop, but law prohibits residents from owning large and exotic cats, so he's hoping to acquire enough animals to create a petting zoo. That's kind of where we are right now, until such time, and we hope that the state of Louisiana will correct their mistake and allow us to get another cat or 2. The Animal Legal Defense Fund has opposed the tiger exhibit at the gas station for many years, and they released a statement that says wild animals of any kind don't belong in captivity, especially in an environment like a truck stop. But Sandlin says he's had tigers that have lived past 20 years old under his care, and most of my cats live to be well past their life expectancy of 16 to 20 years of age. Okay, now let's get to where the camel was bit in the testicles by a woman at the truck stop, because that doesn't sound nice. Okay. The camel did nothing wrong. Woman bites creature in his private area. Hold on a minute. Something is jumping up on my screen. Come on. In his private area. Come on. I keep having this vacuum out. It keeps going in front of my thing that I'm trying to read here. At truck stop zoo, police say. Casper the camel was minding his own business inside his enclosure at the Tiger Truck Stop Petting Zoo in Louisiana when suddenly a pair of unwanted visitors commanded his attention. Wait, Jim, let me just, what? You're going to make noise? We're reading a very good article now about a camel that got...
I got 2 little birds upstairs.
What do you mean? How did birds get in the house? Are you...
Ethan and Luke.
Oh, Jimmy, why are you calling them birds?
Like 2 little birds with their mouth open. Yeah, you gotta give them some.
Okay. Casper, the largest resident at the zoo, is accustomed to having visitors all day as truckers pull off the Interstate 10 west of Baton Rouge to see exotic creatures, a peculiar roadside attraction that has long drawn the wrath of animal rights groups. But this pair of visitors were different. On Wednesday, they broke into Casper's pen, causing the 600-pound white camel to panic, and a Mad Lib-style series of unfortunate events to unfold, as authorities would later explain on Sunday. It was just crazy, Pamela Bossier, manager of the Tiger truck stop, told the Washington Post on Monday, to the point of why would somebody do that? Pamela watched it all unfold on her security video footage. Problems arose when a man began tossing treats inside Casper's enclosure, leading his and his wife's dog to hop the fence to go after them. What? Problems arose when a man began tossing treats into Casper's enclosure, leading his and his wife's dog. Oh, the dog. Okay, hopped the fence to go after them. Why was he? Okay. Sheriff's Deputy Lewis Hamilton Jr. said problems worsened when the deaf dog would not respond to calls to come back. So the man and his wife made a decision. They were going to crawl underneath the fence, pass the sign that said no trespassing, and retrieve the dog from Casper's territory themselves. Casper was not pleased. The man started swatting at Casper, trying to push him out of the way, while she bent down to pick up her pet. That's when it happened. To defend himself, the camel sat on her. Trapped beneath the camel, the woman apparently did the only thing that made sense at the moment. I might feel kind of funny saying this on TV, Pamela said, but she actually bit him in his private area. That's about as nice as I could put it. Hamilton was blunter. She said, I bit his testicles to get him off me. On Sunday, Hamilton revealed the camel had been cleared of all wrongdoing after the sheriff's office finished investigating the freak incident. Instead, deputies cited the unidentified couple for criminal trespassing and for not having their dog on a leash. The camel did nothing wrong, Hamilton said. They were aggressive. The camel was just doing its normal routine. Pamela said that she can't tell from the security video whether the woman actually bit the camel's testicles and that he appears to be fine. But she has called a veterinarian just to be safe. The extent of the woman's injuries are unclear. Pamela said Casper did not sit all the way down on her, but in any case, authorities determined the Tiger truck stop couldn't be held liable because the couple provoked Casper and ignored the warning signs posted along the fence. She said that she does not understand why the couple didn't simply ask an employee for assistance. The camel was not attacking the dog. I watched it, she said. Instead of them running to get help at the restaurant, which is 60 feet away, where we have people who are trained to tend to the camel, they decided to crawl under the barbed wire fence. At that point, you invaded his space, which is his private property. I guess he felt threatened. The camel arrived last July at the Tiger truck stop, about 20 miles west of Baton Rouge, to replace the zoo's former mascot, Tony the Tiger. Tony was euthanized for kidney failure in 2017 after 17 years in captivity. The Bengal tiger died while he was at the center of an ongoing legal battle. Okay, we've already gone through that. Oh, they mentioned Joe's Exotics in here. Wait a minute. Let's see. I bet you he got, let me see. Who fought for years to remove him from the truck stop among 18-wheelers and diesel fumes and transfer him to a wildlife sanctuary. The owner of the truck stop, Michael Sandlin, launched a Save the Tiger campaign, but he only drew more outrage when he at one point considered sending Tony to a wildlife park owned by a zookeeper named Joe Exotic. Joe Exotic, real name Joseph Passage, has since been convicted of 2 murder-for-hire plots and 17 federal wildlife violations. Instead, Tony remained at the Tiger truck stop until his death. For more than 7 years, we litigated on many fronts to free Tony, and we are devastated that despite our best efforts, he lived and died caged at a truck stop that can never provide the life he deserved, the Animal League Defense Fund said in a statement after Tony's death. After Sandlin brought in Casper last year, the same group said that it was disappointed the truck stop would continue to exploit animals to try and promote business. A baby kangaroo, miniature horse, and a kotay, a member of the raccoon family, also live at the petting zoo. According to media there, Sandlin has complied with state and federal health and licensing requirements. Pamela said the Tiger truck stop has never had any incidents with any of its animals in its 30 years like the one that unfolded last week. Hamilton added that as far as authorities could tell, Casper was a harmless animal who has never been aggressive, never caused any issues. He told media that he had tried to understand why the couple did what he did, but they got few answers. My only question to her husband was, why did you throw the doggy treats under the fence? And he said, I wasn't thinking. I hate when people say I wasn't thinking. We had a friend that said that all the time. I wasn't thinking. Okay. It all comes back 6 degrees. Yeah, right? Exactly, Kristen. All comes back to Joe Exotic. You've got to, excuse me for a minute. I have to find my phone and put it on the charger or it's going to be dead. So you're just going to have to talk to yourself for a second until I find my phone. I thought I probably missed it. I found it. It was under my laptop in the other room. I just got to plug it in. You have to take your. What is Danette? What do you have to do, Danette? Yeah. You didn't know? What is Danette? Danette knows him or something? What's the big thing, Danette? What's going on with Danette? She's like freaking about Joe Exotics? What do you have to tell your friend about, Danette? What is Danette talking about? What do you have to tell your friend about? That, oh, you didn't know he ran for mayor after that. Oh. But you said in the East. Well, there's Casper. Yep, national wonder. They're not listening about the likes? That's not nice, guys. That's not nice. How come you're not listening about the likes? What Two Scooters said? You're good friends in Delaware. You used to joke about Joe Exotic, okay. $102 with probably close to 300 people in here is not too good. You listen to Alma? You wish you had more? I saw that, Evanette. That they had to get rid of groceries because some woman sneezed or stuff on them. I don't know, woman, somebody sneezed or something. Sorry, wasn't thinking. Why is my watch going off? So we covered a lot tonight. I don't know why people think we don't do a lot in the lives. We've covered a lot. You guys didn't know about Tony the Tiger. Most of you didn't know about that stabbing. Hi, Felicia. Talked about Vadie, talked about Tiger King, talked about anticipatory grief, read that helpful article. Oh, it was a woman, okay. Alyssa? Oh, I don't know. They always say stuff like that. It's very informative. It's kind of like your morning show. You never know what's going to be on it. They're putting plexiglass between the customers and cashiers now. I think that's great. And I think it's great if they don't lick my bags and don't. The cashiers make me crazy. I hate cash. I'm sorry. I do self-checkout all the time. I haven't been able to go back into a store with a cashier since this. I can't do it. Because I got so freaked out that last time and I had to do everything. Here come the trolls. Doo -doo -doo -doo. Don't lick my bags. Don't cough in your hand. Don't rub your nose in your mouth. Oh, you know which one is? Don't stand. Right, Alma? Don't stand so close to me. That should be one. Now watch, tomorrow. You know what somebody made? They made that one on the coronavirus. Lick something. Lick. No, I'll tell them. Can you lick all of my groceries? Because that's basically what you did. Oh, Donna Marie. The last time I went to ShopRite. They don't have any self-checkouts, and they only had one cashier. And oh, there was coughing like crazy, wiping of her nose and her mouth like that. Then a tremendous smell of urine. I didn't know where it was coming from. And every time I would get like closer to her, like I would smell it stronger and stronger. I'm like, this can't be this lady. They can't, she really, that cannot be her. It's, I can only tell you about, like, if you've ever been in New York City or in any big train station and there's a lot of homeless people and it's cold and they're in a room and you smell that either urine or something, that's what it smelled like. But this is somebody that worked at the store. I looked, everything else was clean. There's no homeless people, nothing like that. I don't know where the urine was coming from. Still haven't asked my sister. I have to ask my sister because my sister goes to that store all the time and she knows almost every cashier by name and I know her name. And I think she was coughing for something like COPD or something. At least that's what I hope. I came home. I had to wash everything, get changed. It freaked me the freak out. Wildlife, it was so strong. You have no idea how strong it was. I mean, it wasn't, I can't, because when I first, and I was far away, Wildlife, there was the cart, there was the whole conveyor belt bag area, and then there was her. And when I went to get my bags out, and my bags were new, like we had just bought them a couple of days ago, I thought, oh my gosh, did one of the dogs pee on my bag, right? That's what I really thought. I said, oh my gosh, one of the dogs peed on the bag. Great. So I like brought it up and I'm like, it's not the bag. It's not the bag at all. So I'm like, what the heck is it? So there's no pee on the bag. And then you're thinking like, what the hell? And I'm looking and we're like right at the doors that go like out to the hall vestibule breezeway area. And it's bad. Well, that's why I'm going to ask my sister, Avanette. I get groceries online for pickup for just that reason. I know folks can be gross, and that's... But I don't want to see it. You're right. Darby, when she started doing that stuff, you know what I did? I turned my back because I said, there's nothing I'm going to do. I need this stuff. I don't want to see it. I don't want to look at her, what she's doing. I'm going to keep my back to her and put my stuff on there. And that's it. I'm going to have to get home and I'm going to have to wash everything. And that's what I had to do. But I wasn't thinking she had the virus. I was just like, it was just gross. And, you know, like just to think that maybe. I don't know what's hurting me. I don't know. I'll have to ask my sister. I'll have to ask her, is there a real stench of urine in that first one? Oh, stop. You are kidding me, Diana. I have not went to the store since. No, I did go to the store. That's not true. I did go to the store, but I did not go alone. I went to that's the last time I was out to Scooter is when I picked up those things at the auction with Jimmy. And then they went to Wegmans. I went to the Christmas tree shop. I stopped in at the Dollar Tree. And then I went to Wegmans. And then I went to Chipotle. And then we had those Insomniac cookies. And we talked to you guys from the car. That was the last time. But Jimmy was in the checkout line with the guy and stuff. And nobody licked my stuff in the Christmas tree shop. And they all had gloves on. The cashiers didn't have gloves on, which is good. Because when they have gloves on, it's even worse. They don't sanitize their hands. When I went to the Dollar Tree, no gloves. She sanitized her hands before and after. But I haven't been out since. I've been out to walk around the lake and stuff, but not since. No ladies' room in sight, Sharon. It's on the complete opposite end of the store. Like, I was even looking on the floor, like, did somebody have an accident or something? It was horrendous. I have to ask Jimmy if he's ever smelled it. I'm going to have to go there at another time and just see if I smell urine in that area. It was so bad. They lick, well, they might as well lick. That's why I go to self-checkout. I don't like people touching my stuff. First of all, I want to bag my stuff. I put it in a certain way. Don't rush me. When you're on those things, you're like checking everything through. First, you can't even see your prices are coming up right. That drives me crazy because there's always mistakes. When I check it out, I look at each thing. I know what it rings up. If it's wrong, I correct it right away. I'm very, I'm very type A like that, okay? I like to check my own stuff out, watch it ring up, bag it, put it in the bags that I want, bag it the way that I want. But when you're on those lines, it's like you're like Lucy with the candy factory. You've got to hurry up, and then I'm like, I just didn't want her touching any more stuff, and then she was going so fast, and it was driving me crazy. And she's like putting things in. Don't touch my stuff and put it in my cart even more. Oh, I did, Tracy. See, I did though. I did because I'm a germaphobe. Ask anybody. I've always talked about bag lickers. I can bring you back to Facebook posts of mine from 2013, 2010, where I'm talking about bag lickers. I can give you a blog post where I'm talking about bag lickers probably in 2009. See, for me, this is everyday life. I didn't like going to a cashier before this. I don't like them touching my stuff. They always overload the bags. If I'm done with the groceries, don't touch it. Yeah. But see, a lot of people didn't even notice that because I knew that it happened to me. Something happened every single time. And I would say to Jimmy, for a while I thought, I just can't be that person that always gets that cashier that does that. And so I tested it out. I asked people if they got that, and they'd go, no. It wasn't that they didn't get it. They just were not observant. The cashier was doing the exact same thing. But see, a person like Jimmy wouldn't even notice that. And other people didn't notice it. And I'd shop with them, right? And I'd say, you didn't see that your cashier licked her fingers and she licked your bags? No, they just didn't notice it. They've always had bag lickers. A lot of people did not notice it. I always have a big sanitizer in my purse. Not because of the ickies, that's the way I roll. And if you're with me, I will give you sanitizer. Like if we sit down to eat something, I will give you sanitizer. If I see that you go and sit down and I'll be like, sanitizer? Yeah. You're observant like that? A lot of people aren't, Karen McCann. People lick their fingers for various things. Oh, yeah. If anybody ever licks like a pamphlet or something, remember when you used to have to show the price change to get your price changed at? Whenever they would lick my circular or whatever, I'd say, you hold on to that. And that was back in the 90s. I was looking at that. Mom carried Germex. Oh, I do it before I hit the car. As soon as I'm done with the little pad, Gigi, I just squirt, I do that, right? Then that gets me out of the store. Then I do it again when I get to the car, when I put the groceries in. Then I do it again when I sit behind the driver's seat. Sometimes I do it in between, depending. And that's not for the ickies. That's just my everyday way of life. Oh, thanks for subscribing, Felicia. Sorry about that. I hate when people lick pages to turn them over. That's what I'm talking about, choking on ashes. I tell them they can keep it. I hate to be rushed. I want to like the person who takes their time and are so slow, but I just can't do it. I'm aware everybody's waiting on me. Right, and it makes me feel rushed. But then you notice that other people don't do that, and you wait, but you're so like, oh, hurry. Jimmy's horrible like that if there's people behind us. Hurry, hurry. We have to run like we're in like a freaking race. Same thing, Hennessy. If I touch their school stuff, then I will wash my hands immediately after. And I don't put it on my clothes or anything like that. Like when I help them with homework, I have their homework. We'll work on a surface. If I read a book with them that's from school, I'll hold it in my hands, but I won't touch my clothes or anything. And then I'll wash my hands when I'm done. Your husband does what? No, you got your germ-infested reusables. In some places in New York, they're still, I know April 1st, I think is the cut, because they're still giving them out in some places. But yeah, you're supposed to be wiping them down, Ivy. You ride in the cart, Gigi? Oh my. Hi, Love and Lavender. You've been a hermit since this has all been going on? I've been a hermit. I mean, like, not a hermit, but I mean, I haven't been out since we went to that auction thing. That auction got in just at the nick of time. Oh, rushes you? Yeah. Ugh. Oh my gosh, Kathy, are you serious? She helped herself to your popcorn? Your county said don't bring them at all? Why? You have a habit of rubbing your eyes? Oh, Jimmy too. Oh my gosh, Jimmy's like a little child. I told him today, I'm like, you have to stop going to the store. Oh, we're out of milk. I said that we've got to buy 2 gallons and freeze it. You can freeze milk. This is ridiculous. You keep going out. Well, I'm wearing a mask and I'm wearing... I said, yeah, but you're horrible and you know it. You could wear a mask and a gloves and I bet you're still rubbing your eyes or doing something stupid like that. And I'm like, if one of us dies, if one of the kids die, what? Because you have to keep going to the store every 5 minutes. I was pissed. Red Warrior, thanks, from the UK. The carts to shop. The handicap. Oh, you mean the scooter things? Where I live, everyone was obeying the shelter in place, but now 2 weeks later, it seems not so much. Really, Amy? Kristen says Weiss won't allow. Oh, really? That's interesting. But in Pennsylvania, you don't have that law, right? You don't have the no bag law yet. Yeah, Tom Ross, powdered milk. It wouldn't float over here. You're not good at chatting, you're half telling things, half truths. If son's friends borrow the book and he saw his friend licks his finger and turns the pages, my son says you can have the book, it's okay. Yeah, you would think that out of 5 kids I would have one that's a germaphobe. I don't have any like that. But my son once had a friend that was. And I remember his mother told me something like, he doesn't want to go to so-and-so's house because he said, Mom, so-and-so's mother doesn't wash her hands like before something else. And I'm like, oh good, they'll never go home and say something like that about me. If anything, they're going to say that I wash my hands all the time. Hey, Auntie Cuckoo, how are you doing? You going cuckoo? Hey, J Bells. That's what I'm saying, Danielle. That's why he was here all the time, probably. She's just, but my kids were never like that. None of my kids are like that. Why can't the media tell you the number of cured people? In our supermarket, the staff have to get the meat for you so everyone can get some. Oh, that's good that you've not gone crazy yet, Auntie Cuckoo. Felicia, we don't know anything about that, and we don't discuss that stuff here. You have an 11-year-old granddaughter who's a germaphobe loving lavender? Yeah, not one of mine is. What are you sorry about, Nana? What is Nana sorry about? I don't know what Nana's sorry about. What are you sorry about, Nana? Just email me a photo. I don't want Nana T. What is Nana T sorry about? Hey, River. Oh. All right, I have to look at my mail now instead. Hang on. If you knew how many tabs I had open, then I can't even find my mail, and I only have one eye that sees straight. I haven't opened my Mommy Ramblings mail in so long, it's not even funny. What is this, Jill? Jill says, I just wanted to share this beautiful gift. My friend is very talented and draws mandalas in her spare time. She knows how much I love Prince. And you know what? I just read this with my one bad eye, my one good eye. I read this as, she knows how much you love Prince, meaning me. And I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, Jill thinks I love Prince. How does she think that? And first I thought it was like Prince William or Harry. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she's really got me wrong. And then when you're like, how much you love Prince, and I'm like, when did I say that? Now I see. She knows how much I love Prince, meaning you, Jill B. Prince, and this is a birthday gift she made me, Jill B said. She drew it freehand, and it is 2 feet by 1.5 feet. Very nice. And I'm glad it's you that likes Prince, because I was really getting nervous that I had said that or something. I mean, not that I dislike, but I mean, I did. Very nice. And then from Newfie, I just finished the craft that I've been working on, a stuffed animal giraffe, the first stuffed animal that I've made. Very cute. You're knitting them, Newfie? Oh, great. There's been overnight rioting and fire reported. Well, that's good. Tensions ran high during the day. Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk it? That's good. That's good. Oh, Joanne's emailing me. It's too good to miss. Last day to use 2 50% off coupons. Joanne is dying for me to go back in there. Lowest price of the season, she said. There's the Daffodil Dash. 70% off on this Daffodil Dash. Joanne wants me back in there. She can't stop, Joanne. She just won't stop harassing me with these. She's worse than Michael's. I don't even see Michael's anymore because of this. She's showing me paper stacks, 50% off. They've got Cricut Explorer machines. Easter cotton fabrics are 60% off. Blizzard fleece. Oh my gosh, it's too much. Designer fabrics. Keepsake, calico prints, 50% off, people. You can't miss it. You have to stop. $2.99 for 18-inch grapevine wreaths. Buy the yard foam is 50% off. Okay, we're at 333. Look at that. I just did it myself. I just did that myself. No, I can't shut that. I did that myself. It's 333. Now it's 334. I didn't miss it though. And uh-oh. Sower stream. It's not closed. You order it. Order online. These are online. Shop, 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 shop. But I have to go because I have to, hey, stop. I have to open my Mommy Ramblings mail, which is scary in and of itself, and you wouldn't understand what a scary thing that is. I'm getting like severe anxiety thinking about it. Oh, but I will tell you something. Don't give up on your avocados. My poor avocado, he was doing really good outside in the summer. When I brought him in, he lost all of his leaves. I thought he was a goner, but I had faith in him, and I would talk to him in a very nice voice, and I would tell him that he could do it. And then he grew like a few little short leaves, and then I was like, oh yes, you did it. And then they started to wilt and die, and the top of him died a little bit. But I kept my faith in him. I didn't throw him in the, remember Smitty wanted to throw his away, and I said, Smitty, wait. I didn't throw him away. I talked to him, told him I loved him. And today, you know what he's doing? He's growing a branch with new leaves. Okay, because he's not a quitter. And because I believed in him. And sometimes that's all it takes. Sometimes just, maybe they're going to lose all their leaves. Maybe they're going to, the top is going to die a little bit. But maybe they're going to grow a new branch. And you just got to be patient. And so, they may not look like Lisa's over the refrigerator with all the leaves. But they're there and you love them. What's ending? Yeah, I've got to go do some work. I'm going to get in trouble with my blog stuff. And then I've got to do some merch stuff. And yours too, Diana? Good. Yeah, I'm really happy. All right, everybody stay safe. Take care. Your Aunt Alta always said plants can hear. They can. You've got to talk very nice, or speak very nicely around them. All right, so anyway, everybody stay safe. Prayers for all that need them. You've kept yours too, only one twig, but they are starting to make a comeback. Yeah, keep that faith, Diana. Keep saying nice things to them. Okay, love that avocado. Just love it, Diana. As it is. Not expecting anything from it, but just telling it that it can do it. All right, I'm Miss Jagger. So, all right, guys. God bless. See you guys. Everybody take care. Stay safe. Watch out for the bag lickers. And the escaped convicts that have been let free early. All right. Bye.